We are planting a native polyculture in this area.
Polyculture is different from a monoculture, means one plant. Polyculture means many plants.
A small strip of land outside of UTA's newest college, Kappa, the College of Architecture, Planning, and Public Affairs, has become a trial garden for landscape architecture associate professor David Hopman and his students.
About the last year and a half, I've been working on this idea called aesthetically qualified native urban polycultures. And the idea is that you have a grouping of plants, native plants, real native plants, plants native to North Texas.
Because these are native plants that would naturally grow here, they are hardy enough to survive our climate. Hopman groups them into polycultures based on many different attributes. For example, plants that look good together, grow together, and recombine in unpredictable ways.
There's a lot of things to think about. I actually have over 50 different characteristics of each plant that I've been researching. And I've got about 110 plants qualified so far that I put into these various polycultures.
About 30 of Hopman's polycultures will be planted and tested in locations across North Texas. Hopman and his students will closely monitor this campus site, measuring how the plants grow and how the soil changes. The eventual goal is to provide professional landscape architects and casual gardeners groupings of native plants that will thrive everywhere, from commercial landscapes to residential gardens. This work is proof of UTA's commitment to developing sustainable urban communities.
The important thing to take from something like this is that native plants don't have to be scary.
What we hope to end up with is a palette of these polycultures that can then be used for landscapes around the Metroplex or in North Texas. And the methodology to arrive at the polycultures could be used to develop polycultures everywhere.
I'm from Public Affairs, and this is the first time I've been involved in a project like this, and we were invited to have public affairs students who have more of a social science background, public administration background, to act as somewhat as a consultant as to how you can have a project in a neighborhood without totally decimating the neighborhood or changing it so radically that the folks who live there now wouldn't be comfortable there 10 years down the road. And so I'm very interested in seeing what projects come out and stuff.
Yeah. So for the symposium, we were instructed to kind of just like we researched a particular neighborhood district within the city of Fort Worth. And so the research was kind of like, we could pick and choose which like topics to research, but you know, like things like transportation, demographic research, what's like the real estate of the houses there, how many houses exist on the site, you know, how many open lots are there, and things of like that nature.
We want this neighborhood to keep its individuality and its culture and its history preserved as much as possible, but we know that change is inevitable.
The city of Fort Worth has designated our site as a special site of interest that they're trying to redevelop. What's the most realistic way we can look and address the problems that we've researched, and how can we fix or alleviate, you know, the problems within the site? We cataloged like what it currently is and then what it will be in the future, the projected changes. If we can come up with a design that actually improves like this real place, then to me that would be extremely successful and pretty exciting.
We can't do it on our own. We have to get other opinions, we have to get other perspectives. Not only bringing us together as architects and landscape architects and public affairs and everybody in Kappa together for a crucial project like this where we see that there's so much potential for Northside, that just all of that together to me is just spectacular, and I feel so honored to be a part of something that will be so impactful.